Hey now. Well, it's another edition of Madman with the Show. I'm Zane, your host. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing, liking, supporting. Welcome aboard to the new subscribers on there. Like I said, there's a lot of things we could talk about. I mean, there's a lot of politics in the world right now going on, a lot of craziness and all that. We're going to stay away from that craziness on this show. We're going to discuss some other craziness, which you probably might be interested in. Like I said in a couple other shows, we're trying to catch up on some certain stories. We got some backstories coming up. We got even though it happened months ago, we have a finalization on the Disney robbery case. Keep an eye out for that. We got that coming up very soon on that. A couple other stories that are coming. I think we have something on South Park coming up. I mean, and we have so much on the boards right now. It's keeping me up late doing research on this all. One thing that I do like on, as far as programming, there's certain shows I like on there. The Expanse for one. What We Do in the Shadows is another one. Solar Opposites. There are a lot of great shows. There's one on Netflix that comes out that stands out a little bit, and it's a great show. And a lot of people have been asking questions. What is going on with this show? The show I'm talking about, and it's very good. If you haven't caught this, there's about two seasons online. Basically, it's called Mindhunter. It's a very good series on there, and basically, it's sort of how can I put this? It's sort of the birth and life of the profile division of the FBI, how it was started. This is written by people who were in that field a long time ago. It's some of the stories that they've done and how they coined the most scariest word in the English language, serial killer. And basically and it's wonderful performance from everybody that's in this. I mean, there's so many good cast members. First of all, it's directed by David Fincher. You know his stuff. It's really, really good. You got stars like Jonathan Groff, Holt McCanney, Anna Torvey, Stacey Roca, Hannah Gross. I mean, you got some great performances from a lot of other people in the series also. I mean, I haven't even gone into the serial killers yet. I mean, you got guys like, when you have a guy like Cameron Britton, I don't know if I pronounce his right name, who's playing Ed Kemper. I mean, this, if you have not seen this, just the first season alone, to see Ed Kemper, and when you matches up to some of the the YouTube videos that are out there of his original interviews, it's scary. Because I'd say Ed Kemper, if you're not familiar with his background, I mean, this is a guy who murdered a lot of women. But when you talk to the guy, he's sort of like horrifyingly friendly. Supposedly from what the guys who wrote this put in their novel. And then you have other people in there, that's playing other serial killers throughout. I mean, it is a who's who from Son of Sam, Land of Child Murderers, even Manson. I mean, Manson, played by Damon Herman. Now, if that name sounds familiar, if you saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, he also played a younger Manson in that movie as well. And of course, Fincher had to grab him because he looked like Charlie Manson straight out. And to see him as an older Manson was fantastic. I mean, you had Richard Speck. You had a lot of other killers. I mean, it just that have been in this series on there, and Happy Anderson playing Jerry Rudos, also another great performance on that. But what we're getting to is the series was left off with the Atlanta child murderers. It left a bit of a cliffhanger. There was a lot going on at that time. And, the ladder child murders was one of the most difficult cases to prosecute on that. And, in a way, justice was not served properly in that case. No matter how you felt about the case, how it went, whether you believe the guy or not, it basically just didn't have a satisfying ending to that case. And basically, when you have this particular series focusing on that alone, and then you have another murderer cropping up in there, and you find out it's the BTK killer, Dennis Rader, played by Sonny Valenci. This series is pure genius. It is really well done. And like I said, if you haven't caught it, catch it. There are 2 seasons on Netflix. It's available. It's really well done. Now, here's the thing. Barring the COVID and all that, there's been hints that season 3, there's supposed to be a season 3. Back in January, Netflix and Fincher had released everybody that was in the series out of their contracts because basically they didn't want to put them on hold from any other projects that were going on. And this is prior to COVID, the COVID lockdowns. And basically it's sort of, a lot of people were speculating, well, I guess we're not going to get a season 3. But in the last couple of months, even during the COVID, there's been a little bit here, a little bit there that says, well, it's not out of the realm yet. And there have been many articles. They say that, there's no guarantee that they're going to do it, but there's no guarantee they're not going, that it's going to happen. It kind of falls into the 2 pattern because there's so much going on. Because basically Fincher is already on a project which I believe they've already finished shooting principal photography before this lockdown. And I think they're in post now. That's the movie Mank that he's doing for Netflix on there. And it's supposed to be pretty good. It's Gary Oldman and Tom Burke. Basically, it's supposed to be about the behind the scenes of Citizen Kane, and it's a story about Herman J. Mankiewicz, who was one of the principal writers, and how hard it was for him to get credit in that time. At that time, there was a lot of issues. I'm not familiar with the history on that, but basically, I guess he had a hard time getting credits for that movie itself. And this is supposed to be the movie about it. It's supposed to be coming late. 2020, could be maybe November. It's hard to say with all this COVID. And I was explaining to someone online, and they just couldn't understand, that you have a series when you don't have too much information. All you could do is opinionate, and this is like I said, I'm giving my opinion that basically some things it could happen, it may not. It could end up this year, or it could end up next year. A lot of things have been pushed back. A lot of movies, a lot of TV series. A lot of the CW fall series, they're starting to push them to January. Because basically a lot of them have not gone back into production, or they're back in production right now. A lot of the voiceover stuff, if you're doing voiceover work and stuff like that, it can be done from home. Like you're hearing me, I'm doing this now from my home office now instead of the production house. Because unfortunately, can't get in, can't travel. But basically, I'm pretty much, I think we're going to be sticking to here for now. Because don't have a crew. It's hard to get a crew back together again. But basically, you have productions that are going on. And the other thing Fincher is working on right now is that Love, Rockets and Robots, that really good anime that came out on Netflix. I believe he's also attached to that as well. So that's keeping him real busy on there. When you hear, there is one of the other gentlemen on the series, the cinematographer Eric Messerschmidt, if I'm pronouncing that right. He had said in his own words when he spoke with Collider, we just finished this movie, and I've heard things are on hold for a little bit. We'll see, who knows, but it will be an honor to go back. I love working with David. I adore the cast and crew, and it's been an incredible period of my life for certain. I've been really blessed to have the opportunity to work on it and contribute to it. It's particularly important and poignant in my career. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. And that's true. We don't know what's going on. I mean, we can guess. I mean, you could go online on any site you want to, look at and say, okay, right now everything is an opinion. And like I said, I had people in the comment line, and the person who I have that's monitoring the comments lines and stuff like that on our online in our chat rooms and stuff like that. Basically, you had a couple people that were just going crazy, saying, "Well, you can't. Why is it? I've been looking on this website, and the website doesn't really have." Yeah, of course. That's why we're giving you an opinion. As far as we could see, it's not fake news or anything of that nature. We are gathering the information, what we have, and basically what it's saying, we don't know. I can guess. If they go back, I'll tell you this. If they go back in production, I don't see it going back this year. 2021 will probably, if Fincher and Netflix want to go back on this, it will be next year. Fincher is like, I don't know. He's don't know. But if they do go back, it'll be 2022 before we see a season 3 for this. Now, understand, Fincher has a layout for 5 seasons for that. He did a Straczynski. He's laid out the work for 5 seasons. So, some of the work is there. But bringing it all together, screenwriting it, getting everything together, that's going to take a little time. I mean, once that's done, they can get into production at any time whatsoever. But like I said, you have Mank, you have the other animated series that they're working on. It's taking a lot of time on it, and whatever else project Fincher has, in his pocket right now. So, comment as you wish. Please be civil, and like I said, take this one as opinion. We gave you a little bit of the facts, and we gave you a little bit of the evidence on there, what's going on. This is my opinion. Like I said, it's going to take time, and if we're lucky, 2022. If they get faster out, maybe the end of 2021. Maybe. We don't know. Well, finally, we know that another Evil Dead is coming out, and basically, supposedly Bruce Campbell's not involved, and you're like, why? Well, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're going to talk about his other film that he is going to be working on, a follow-up to My Name is Bruce. And it's something that he's being touted as the Expendables of horror, as Bruce Campbell will be versus Frankenstein. And basically, supposedly it hasn't run out of gas, as it says in the interview. It is coming as a talk with Michael Richardson, who partner up with him. And supposedly it's supposed to have a lot of people in it. If you've seen Bubba Hotep, which is also a great film, if you haven't caught this yet, it's Elvis versus an Aztec mummy, or what type of mummy, whatever mummy it was on there, with which probably would get censored now in this day and age, a black version of Kennedy, which you have to watch the movie. And why is Kennedy black in this movie? And it is just hysterical. It's just a hysterical movie on there. And we're touting it's supposed to be, per Bruce, that it's going to be very, very good. And like I said, he said the Expendables of horror. And they haven't gone too much into it, but of course, if it comes from Bruce Campbell, it's going to be good. So as soon as we get more information on this, we'll bring that forward to you. As soon as on that, of course, obviously, filming hasn't started on this yet, and hopefully it will start soon. So, comment below. So, are you a Bruce Campbell fan? Are you hyped for this? So don't forget, wait for the end of the episode. There's a lot more information we give you at the end of each of the episodes now. Like, subscribe, support. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing. We're starting to push forward. Some of our videos are extremely high in the view count, whereas we weren't before. Now we're getting there, and we're moving on to others, which we will be discussing in other episodes. We're on I can't pronounce it, I think it's Parlay or Parlor. You can find us there now, Acuticast TV. And you can talk to us there as well. We try to spread us out to as many different social sites as possible, because one thing is that we're an equal opportunity show. So we want to hear your voice, but be civil about it. We're allowed to have a two-way conversation. So until next time, have a good one. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, thanks for watching there. Once again, don't forget to hit that subscription, like. If you want to comment below, you can. Be sure to check us out on all of our other platforms on there, all listed down below. And we also have a merch store and a place where you can give us support to this channel.